Hello everybody. In this video, I am going to give an update on my portfolio. Right now my portfolio is worth $80,004.61. Today I'm up $906.20, and after hours I'm down 42 cents. So as you can see, my portfolio has finally reached 80,000. Well, again, but it has reached 80,000 right now. And there have been some changes. Let's look at my positions. Here's my options. I'm selling LUV $30 covered calls expiring on February 16th. SoFi $10 covered calls expiring on February 16th. Now this is new. I believe my last video I said that I was not selling any SoFi covered calls, but I decided to finally sell these ones, and they expire at the end of next week. So just some quick money. I highly doubt it's going to jump up to $10, but we'll see. But yeah, I just did this just because I wanted to get at least something by the end of next week. Alright, and this is something that's new too. Verizon, $42 covered call. I did add shares of Verizon to my portfolio, which is a huge deal because I rarely ever add any positions to my portfolio, but I finally did. It was either going to be this or AT&T, but between Verizon and AT&T, I felt like Verizon is better just because AT&T has to get their debt under control before it becomes very attractive. So for now, Verizon, I'm choosing that as my telecommunications position. Next up, we got Amazon, $190 covered calls, expiring on April 19th. I'm not sure if I said that I had this in my last video. This might be new. But yeah, I'm now selling Amazon $190 covered calls, expiring on April 19th. It used to be, I used to choose a price of $170, but I increased it to $190 for the strike price. And lastly, I'm selling Disney $130 covered calls, expiring on April 19th. This is new too, I think, because I used to have Disney, what was it, $110 covered calls. So I also increased the strike price for this and a further date of April 19th for the expiration date. As for my stocks, all I have are my underlying shares that I'm using as collateral for my covered calls. Amazon, Disney, Verizon, LUV, and SoFi. Now, keep in mind that I am selling LUV $30 covered calls, and right now LUV is above $30. It's at $32.48. So these might get called away, which I'm happy about. I'm fine either way. I mean, either I keep them and they dip down below $30 by next week, or they get called away. Either way, I'm just going to let it happen. This is not something that I'm crazy about keeping in my portfolio. Like Amazon or SoFi. Those I would roll my covered calls just to keep my position. However, for my LUV, I can live with or without it. So I'm just going to wait and see what happens. If they get called away, they get called away. I'm fine with it. Yeah, now that I added the Verizon position, which is 200 shares, to my portfolio, I only have about $10,000 of buying power left. And it's kind of the same thing with Verizon. I sold these SoFi $10 covered calls just so I can get something at the end of next week. It's the same thing with this Verizon $42 covered calls expiring at the end of next week. I figured I would just get something while holding my Verizon shares, and then we'll go on from there. We'll see what happens at the end of next week, see where we're at, and decide what to do. There are some things that I'm watching, but I'm not pulling the trigger on it yet. As you all know, I rarely make huge changes to my portfolio. I generally like to just have my positions and then just hold on to those and just wait for months at a time. But once in a while, I add something new, right? Once in a while. Anyways, that's how my portfolio is doing now. We finally hit the $80,000 mark. I am getting, hopefully I'm getting my tax refund soon. And then I'll add that to this portfolio, so then we could make our way from 80,000 to 90,000 soon. Hopefully, if the market goes well this year. Speaking of which, this year to date, I am currently up $7,094.15 year to date, which is good. That's very good so far. I am planning to pay back some debt soon. I technically have a couple $1,000s in credit card debt, but that's intentional because there's no interest on it. It's one of those like sign up offers where you get like an interest rate of 0 for the first year or so. So yeah, I do have some money on my credit card, and I'm planning to pay that off. But when we get closer to the end of my 0% interest period, right now it's 0% interest, so I gain nothing from paying it off early right away. I'd rather take that money and invest it. Anyways, that's pretty much it for my portfolio. I'll let you guys know if anything changes or if I add any more new stocks, or if I change my positions for my options. We'll see. But that's my portfolio for now. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.